7 days out until Battersea Park 5k, my next sub 16 attempt. The week has been good this week, but we're not done yet. We've got a long run to get done with some good quality tempo work in it, and hopefully at the end unbox some potential new racing shoes. We'll see on that one. I'm not sold on swapping my Puma out yet. However, we'll be giving those new ones a good test on Monday. So that'll be an exciting video to share with you when we get there. But first of all, what have we got today on the cars? Well, we had two great sessions earlier in the week, as I said. So today we're wrapping things up with a nice long run and an injection of tempo work in there. That is going to be in the form of 5 by 6 minutes with 90 seconds moderate float. So with these tempo workouts I'm doing, I'm really putting an emphasis on the quality in the week. So on the weekends when I do get this tempo done, it's very nice and relaxed. That'll be sandwiched between a 30-minute moderate warm-up and a 30-minute moderate cool-down. These long runs I'm doing in this 5k block are in and around 1 hour 30 to 1 hour 40 minutes long. I think today, with the rest and recoveries and all that, it'll be around 1 hour 37.5 minutes long. And the goals for the long run, just to feel good and to feel smooth. Those 90 second recoveries between the tempos, I want to drop back to a moderate float, not an easy jog recovery. So I do not want to push those tempo efforts too hard. I want to be able to sit back and get back into that groove. Effectively, they're going to be like 5 by 6 minute efforts, or surges, shall we say, but then be able to just drop back to what we're doing. I am going to be going back and forth. I don't want to be collecting too much elevation on those reps. I am avoiding some of the hills that I would normally go on. I want to keep things a little bit flatter and a little bit more controlled for this one. So I am really excited for Battersea. It's where my PB was until this year. We've taken 1 second off it, but I ran 16:05 there at the top flight event last year in June, I think it was, or in the summer. And we're going back for that top flight event now. 10:30 start. I think the masses start at 11. My first elite race of the year, which is hilarious because I'm absolutely nowhere near elite, but my 10k time of sub 33:30 qualifies me to get into this one. I'm really excited. I cannot wait to line up there. Despite having 2 really good sessions this week and feeling very happy with that, mileage has been down. It is Easter holidays, parents, you'll understand the easiest time for me to get mileage in is term time, and I have actually added an extra Thursday evening run in, so I'm now doubling on a Tuesday and a Thursday. An extra kids club has been added to the menu, so that gives me an hour to go and get something done. So I've been doing an easy run on a Thursday night, but this week kids are off, next week kids are off, which means it's much harder to get out. You've got to balance things, and so it'll only be 5 runs this week instead of 7. And I decided to prioritise the intensity this week over easier volume, because I prioritised easier volume over the last 3 weeks. So we'll have a good 3-week big build, and then this week is going to be just over 50 miles if we complete this one, whereas the others have been over 60, but still 3 good sessions done. But also next week's going to be a down week too, but in terms of intensity, because I'd always planned to taper for this one and then the Safa 5k at the end of May. The Hereford ones I was just going to train straight through like I did with the Hereford one just now. So yeah, we're just going to be hopefully getting 1 session done next week, time trial maybe, that'll be that, and then we'll roll into Saturday. So we are 4 minutes away from getting into the tempo. Let's hope those shoes turn up today. Really excited to see if they do or not. They're meant to, and let's get this tempo done. Right, up the hill, just over the other side, about to start, just over 30 minutes. Let's go. There we go, 6:06 per mile. Super relaxed, super calm, super casual. 4 more to go. 606 again for number 2, spot on. That one is gently up, 1, 3 and 5 are gently down, so yeah, that was really good. And there we go, 6 flat pace, or 601 for number 3, smooth. Let's get the last 2 done. Brilliant, that's 2 606s, 2 6 flats, 1 more to go. We'll see if we can make this one a little bit quicker to finish strong. Absolutely perfect. 5:52 pace for that last one. Really happy. I'll give you an explanation as to why we paced it like that shortly. So you may or may not have already noticed, but 2 or 3 weeks ago I did 5x3 on 3 off, and those 3 surges are very similar today, a little bit quicker, but the goal was to drop back into a float. And then last week I did some tempo intervals, a lot quicker than that session and this session, but I took an easy jog recovery between those, very relaxed to really push the pace. And then this week we're back to kind of not necessarily over unders, but a bit more of a controlled push and not dropping back to an easy jog. Now the floats did drop into the low 7s today, which I was trying to keep in the 6s, but that just happens to be because I'm doing a U-turn at the end of each rep, not carrying on jogging, and that just slows me down a bit. But otherwise, yeah, really happy. It's working out well at the moment. Fitness is improving. I seem to be ticking along now at 6:33 per mile for my moderate home, which I'll be honest with you, feels like 7:33, so it's all good signs. There we go, just over 15 solid miles banked. Very happy with that. A good effort, felt good, felt controlled. Happy with it because it is hot today. It is really warm. It is about to cool off again, but we've been really lucky with the last couple of weeks. It has been beautiful weather here in the UK, and it's peaking yesterday and today, and it starts to come back down tomorrow, thankfully, for all of those running the Newport Marathon. So we should get home, get recovered, and see if those shoes have turned up. Right, we'll get into these shortly, but yes, really good run that was. Very happy with that. Good way to wrap up the week. Felt good, very salty at the end. I'm not sure the camera picked it up, but I was absolutely streaming with salt. Beautifully warm today. As I said, cooling down after that. Enough of that, the run is done. Let's see what these are. Right, so let's get into it. This is probably not the one that you think it's going to be, if I'm honest with you, which might give you a clue. This is the Streak Fly version. Oh my goodness, is this even a shoe? The version 2. Here we go. Road racing. This is recommended from road races up to 10k. This has got a carbon plate in it. This feels absolutely crazy lightweight. Let's have a look at the aggression of this plate here. This scoops right down low to the floor and then cuts up nicely here. You can see why I'm keen to do a fast time trial in this. So I've got the scales ready, I've got the cardboard out of this, so let's chuck this on. Bearing in mind, the Adios 9 from Adidas is 220 grams. In the original Streak Fly was 215 in my UK size 13. This comes in at a featherweight, I'm really sorry, my scales are dirty, 173 grams or 6.1 ounces. So they look like absolute torpedoes, don't they? Width does not look to be a thing in these at all. There is no nice wide toe box. You're going to slip your foot in these and they are going to be snug in there. So I'm really excited about these because I want to do a lot of short, fast stuff this summer. And I thought about the Vaporfly 4, and yes, it does seem a logical shoe for me to get, and I will be very keen. But I'm also really enjoying these short, fast workouts. The Adios 9 is doing well, and I'm actually really tempted to actually try and race in this at some point. Now, it might be Battersea Park. I'm going to test them out in a time trial this week. I'm keen to do a mile time trial on Monday as part of my session, so we'll see how that goes. That'll be the next video on the channel, or my first run impressions of this shoe. And then depending on how that one goes might depend on if I use this one at Battersea Park, or if not, maybe Hereford. I think I've got to get a race in it, haven't I? This looks amazing. Now, it does look like a track spike. I've heard a lot of people say that, but apparently there's a surprising amount of Zoom X in this forefoot. I've watched a couple of early reviews. I've been really impressed with how this actually feels. Looks are deceiving with this. Yes, you wouldn't want to be a heel striker in this. This is pretty obvious, isn't it? You want to be midfoot or at least up on your toes. So I'm hoping this thing is going to put me up on my toes, because I tend to run sort of midfoot to forefoot, especially when I can pick up the pace. So I'm really hoping this one does well. There we go, guys. Stay tuned for the next video. Really excited to showcase these a little bit more. Get a good fast test in before Battersea this weekend. Let's see what these things can do. So anyway, if you enjoyed this video, guys, make sure you check out this video up here. This was my latest session in the Adios 9, and check out this video down here. This was my last 5K race, so go check that one out, and I'll see you guys over on one of those. Can't wait, once again, to share more of this with you.